President Trump cancelled planned strikes on Iran. The odds are increasing of back-to-back record hot years, and parents are spending way too much on berries. That's some of what we'll get to on The 7 from The Washington Post. I'm Izin Akabawal, in for Hannah Jewell. It's Friday, June 12th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Number 1. President Donald Trump once again claimed that a peace deal with Iran is near. In the past 24 hours, a lot has happened in the Iran war. Let's go back to yesterday morning. That's when Trump announced the US would launch retaliatory strikes after Iran attacked US bases across the Middle East. He said that US forces would hit Iran very hard that evening. But hours later, he said he had changed his mind. Speaking in the Oval Office, Trump said he had cancelled scheduled attacks on Iran after progress on a potential peace deal.
We just made a great settlement of the war with Iran, and we're going to be subject to finalization of documents, which should get done over the next few days.
The White House declined to offer further details about the potential agreement. Trump has asserted for weeks that a deal is close, even as he has issued threats to attack Iran. The cancellation of the strikes marked his latest reversal in a months-long pattern of threatening attacks and walking them back. Trump picked a new director of national intelligence following Republican pushback. That's number 2. Less than 2 weeks ago, Trump said he would appoint Bill Pulte to replace outgoing Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard on an acting basis. But that sparked backlash. Pulte is a Trump loyalist who lacks intelligence experience, and some Republicans voiced concerns over the selection. Yesterday, Trump announced that he plans to nominate Jay Clayton, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. Trump's decision to select Clayton as Director of National Intelligence was praised by both parties in Congress. Democrat and Republican leaders in the Senate said they would move Clayton through the confirmation process as quickly as possible. Number 3. Large etchings of numbers signaling opposition to Trump appeared on the National Mall. US Park Police, the DC Fire Department, and members of the National Guard were seen responding yesterday to what appeared to be large-scale etchings marked into the grass near the World War II memorial. The numerals appeared to spell out 8647, though the 4 wasn't clearly visible. The term 86 is restaurant industry slang that generally refers to the unavailability of an item or a customer's removal. Trump allies have argued it can also mean to kill someone. And Trump is the 47th president, so the digits have been used to show opposition to him and are seen by some as a threat against the president. A White House spokesman described the etchings as an endorsement of political violence. It remains unclear how the markings were made. Elon Musk is the world's first trillionaire on paper thanks to the SpaceX IPO. That's number 4. Musk's rocket and AI company SpaceX yesterday announced the price for its initial public offering of $135 per share. The step sets up a blockbuster IPO that ranks as the largest in history at $75 billion. Musk was already the richest person in the world, according to lists from Bloomberg and Forbes. He's also in line to receive a $1 trillion pay package if he hits certain milestones at car company Tesla. But the SpaceX IPO pushes him into trillionaire status, depending on how you count his wealth. Musk holds roughly half of the company's stock, including shares that he might earn far in the future. That's worth about $867 billion. Combined with the chunk of Tesla that also belongs to Musk, his stock in the 2 companies is valued at more than $1.1 trillion. To put that into context, Musk is now worth about as much as the world's next 4 richest people combined. Number 5. Global temperatures could reach record highs in 2026. Over 70% of the world has experienced well above average temperatures this year. And in that area, 8% have had record-breaking warmth. That includes parts of the Western US, Asia, and even the Arctic. Although the East Coast has had one of the coldest winters in decades, there's a chance that globally, 2026 could be the warmest year since 1850. According to one climate scientist's data, this year has a roughly 54% chance of becoming the second warmest year. And there's a 31% chance it could be even warmer than 2024, becoming the warmest year. If you've already been sweating a bunch, like I have, I'm sorry to report that 2027 has even higher odds of record-breaking warmth. The World Cup kicked off in Mexico City. That's number 6. The opening match between Mexico and South Africa took place in a stadium of soccer legend, Estadio Azteca. It's the only venue that has hosted 3 opening matches in a World Cup. It's also the stadium where Pelé lifted his World Cup in 1970 and where Diego Maradona in 1986 scored his famous Hand of God goal. Tens of thousands of fans were in the stadium and saw home country Mexico beat South Africa 2-0. Here are some of the celebrations outside the stadium, courtesy of Reuters. The tournament's opening ceremony was Olympic style. A representative from each country walked onto the field carrying a flag. An Italian tenor, Andrea Bocelli, performed. Billions of people across the globe are expected to watch this year's World Cup. 48 countries will compete in 104 games across the US, Mexico, and Canada. For details on all of the games and information on this year's US team, click the link to our newsletter. You can find that, as always, in our show notes. Number 7. Parents told the Post they're going broke on berries. Kristen Fox has twins. One day, she came back from Costco with blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries she expected to last the 3-year-olds a week. But the fruit was gone by lunchtime. Another mother says she may have spent more on berries than diapers. But it's not just kids. In one generation, America's berry eating has shifted from a seasonal treat to a year-round habit. Since 1980, the supply of strawberries per person has more than tripled, from under £2 a year to nearly 7 on average. In 2025, fresh berry imports totaled $4.8 billion in the US. That's up from $134 million in 2000. And the fruit isn't getting any cheaper. So if you're thinking of having children, or you're looking for a job that can't be taken over by AI, perhaps it's time to plant a berry bush. That's the show for this week. The staff writers of The 7 are Jamie Ross, Hannah Jewell, and me. Rani Svanovsky is our producer. Special thanks to Sharla Freeland and Layli Nazarova. John Taylor is our editor. Copy editing by Rebecca Branford, Brian Malasics, and Kendra Nichols. Mixing and sound design is by Jim Briggs and Justin Garish. Our theme music is by Edith Mudge. I'm Izin Akabawu. Thanks for listening and have a great weekend. We'll meet you back here on Monday.